Yo, what is good? And this camera makes me look so white. Oh my god. Whatever. So, this video, I'm assuming you clicked on it because you saw yourself in the thumbnail and you related to the physique that was shown in the thumbnail and you want to change that physique. This video is about why you look bad in clothes. First things first, just a little bit about me. I was a former skinny fat to the highest degree imaginable. It was horrific. I'm currently a clothing designer. I'm also a physical fitness lead in my very physical job. And I was also a prior model for a little bit. So I came a long way from being that skinny fat kid that looked really bad in clothing. Currently, I live in Japan as I work on my clothing brand, my photography, and I do a little social media stuff. So that's my main gig. I do this YouTube thing is just a little side thing I'm starting. That's enough of me. Most likely, you are skinny fat. What's skinny fat, you ask? It is low muscle with a high fat. So you have more fat than muscle. Equals zero frame. So it's not a good look. And I'm not trying to come down on you. I'm just telling you the reality of why you don't really look good in clothes. It's because you have absolutely no muscle with a high percentage of fat. Why clothes look bad on skinny fat bodies? Like I said prior, there is no frame for clothes to drape on. Clothing in general, it needs a good canvas, you know? It needs a good foundation. Your body is that. So if your body itself is if your body is chopped, then your all your outfits are going to look chopped, you know? Like it says here. Shirts will collapse instead of hanging. Pants will wrinkle weirdly at the thighs. Your jackets will look boxy or sloppy. Your clothing assumes that the shoulders exist. Like the designers that made these clothes, they assume that you have pretty broad shoulders. They assume your chest is developed. They assume all these things, which is why when you put it on, it doesn't look good on you. The fat distributes where clothes highlight it. Lower belly bulge, love handles pushing out, soft arms stretching sleeves. That's why when skinny fat guys try to, you know, even get slim fit clothing, when they try to get slim fit clothing, thinking it's gonna make a difference, it really doesn't. It just highlights their the actual problems, which is higher fat. You see this a lot with older guys when they get fat, they start wearing slim fit stuff, and it's tragic. One of the worst things about being skinny fat is, I would say, the posture. Skinny fat often comes with rounded shoulders, forward head, like this, the gamer, you know, the gamer posture, weak core, they have no abs. That instantly ruins how clothing sit, even expensive ones. So if you're thinking, I don't think you're like this, you wouldn't be watching this video if you were like this. However, there are some people that have horrific uh body fat compositions, and they genuinely believe that if they buy expensive clothing, it's somehow going to make up for their horrific body fat composition and how their body looks. And it's not going to work. This isn't about being thin versus overweight. This is a fact. I'm not just hating on people because they're thin or because they lack muscle. This is this is facts. Some heavier people look amazing in clothes because they have muscle, their proportions are solid, clothes have something to sit on. I've seen people that are just bigger dudes, but they have really good style, and clothes looks good on them because they have an actual good foundation, no matter how big they are, you know? So the part you've been waiting for, the solution. The solution pretty much is build muscle. However, you must build muscle in certain areas of your body. Shoulders, your back, your glutes, your upper chest, your abs. If you're skinny fat, you most likely don't have developed abs. You must actually hit your abs. Um, Slight fat loss after muscle gain. So once you gain that muscle, through a lean bulk, I'd say do a slight fat loss. Lose at least 8 pounds of fat, depending how fat you are. Most skinny fat people they don't have that much fat. They just have no muscle, so it looks bad. Once you gain muscle, you're going to look better. So once you gain that muscle, lose some of that fat. Obviously, buy clothes that match your current body, not your goal body, not your goal body, I meant to say. Yeah, don't buy clothes that are meant for people that are, you know, lean and muscular if you're not lean and muscular. As of right now, buy clothes that fit you currently. Fix your posture. This is free and it's instant. I have problems with this. I have horrific posture because I'm sitting in this chair all day. But yeah, optional is to check out my courses below. I teach all of this way more in depth. I have workout plans, I have diet plans, I have wardrobe plans for people in your position, in the position I was in a couple years ago. Yeah, thanks for watching. Take a deep breath. This will all pass. You will find a way to get out of this rut. Remember, if you're on social media and you see people with such amazing lean physiques, most of that is fake. Try not to compare yourself, but do try to better yourself. Try to be better than try to be better than yourself in the past. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Whatever. Thank you for watching.